there, my name is Cheyenne Blue. I'm a real estate agent with Country Air Properties. Today I wanted to talk about Proposition 19. This is my part 2. If you would like to see part 1 that pertains to the disabled, fire victims, and the elderly and the tax transfers with that, please check out my YouTube, my Facebook, or my Instagram page because it is on there. Today we're going to go over the parts of Proposition 19 that affect those inheriting property, which I know in Lake County that's a really big thing around here because we have multi-generations that have farms and wineries and things like that. Those properties are inherited by the children. This is something you're going to want to listen to. So let's get into it.
Disclaimer: the information provided is to provide general information about Proposition 19. This information is not meant to be taken as legal counsel. If you have any questions about Prop 19 and what it will do for your situation, please seek a legal consultant. So the first part I want to talk about is the principal residence. Before, when a parent were to pass away and the child was to inherit that property, the parent's principal residence would go to the child regardless of the value and regardless of it being the child's primary residence. So that means if you were to inherit your parents' property and decide to turn it into a rental or something like that, then you would only have to be paying the taxable amount that your parents were paying in the past. Now, what's changed from this is that now it has to be both the parent's principal residence as well as the child's principal residence. So if the child were to inherit the parent's property and then choose to rent it out, then they would have to pay the full market value of that residence. The taxable amount that the child has to pay with it being the primary residence has changed too, where before it didn't matter how much the property has inflated, they would still only pay the taxable amount that their parents were paying. Now it's the value of the taxable amount plus $1 million. Not that they have to pay on $1 million, but say you bought a property in San Francisco and it was about $80,000 when they purchased it, but now it's valued at over $1 million. Whatever's over the 1.8, that is what they would have to pay. And I actually have a formula to better explain this that I'll get into. So here's the parent's principal residence, and the child has chosen to make it their principal residence. The parents bought this home in 1980 at $80,000. The current market value is $1.2 million. So what we do is we take the $80,000 plus the $1 million, and you get $1,080,000. So then you take the $1.2 million minus it by the $1,080,000, and you have a taxable rate of $120,000. So even though things have changed a little bit, you're still saving a ton on taxes. Something great that's going to benefit our ag families is before the principal residence that they were taken over, it was only the residence or the home site. So basically, you would only be able to have the reduced taxes on the house itself. Any of the extra land, that would not be included. Now, both family homes and farms are included, so the farmland around it is included now where before it wasn't. So the taxes that you would have had before would have been much more on the farm than it is now. As long as it doesn't go over no, you still save quite a bit on there because with the $1 million adjustment, a lot of farms can be under that. Some of them are over, but you do still save more in taxes now with this method than you would before, at least technically speaking. So something you're wondering is what happens with the other property that the parents own? Well, before there was a transfer lifetime limit of $1 million, so it didn't matter how many houses that they had as long as the fair market value didn't exceed $1 million on it. Now, the way that the tax system has been readjusted, it eliminates all other real property. So the only taxes that you get that are applied to, or that are applied where it's the same price that the parents paid, only apply to the primary residence. It no longer applies to rentals, Airbnbs, anything like that. It's only to the primary residence. So that's what I have for you guys today on Proposition 19. I feel like it's kind of one of those things where it can go either way. It's a great opportunity for our families that are in ag. However, with people that have parents that are maybe into investing or something like that, it definitely changes the game a little bit. But I hope that this video was informative, and if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me, though I really suggest to seek a lawyer about your certain situation. I am not a lawyer, but this is more of an informative video to teach you about the commonalities of Proposition 19. Again, this is Cheyenne Blue, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Country air, find a home, find a home, find a home where you belong. Country air.